ring, shaking it with that funk. Here we got him coming in.
We finished this. I got something that tells me what it's all about. I got soul. I'm super bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, you really have an opportunity to see two faces here. We got a fighter that has all the tools and the ability to go. If he can put the reins on his head and come in here and put the work down, Glenn Siegel could make that step to the next level. Glenn just has to finish fighting his own demons and take that next step. DJ, being somebody that's been able to do that, what do you have to do to be able to get over your own head?
Well, Glenn just needs to train, really. Glenn, I train with him, but he barely ever comes in to train unless he's training for...
Presented by MyKickback.com. No Regrets Tattoo, Chips and Salsa. A-Action Bail Bond and Premier Pyrotechnics. His opponent now entering the arena stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 140 pounds. From Sweetwater, Tennessee, please welcome Bobby Loose Cannon Casada.
Glenn's wearing my shorts. How's he gonna lose?
Ladies and gentlemen, as Bobby Casada comes to the ring, let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about Bobby Casada. Bobby Casada from Sweetwater, Tennessee, pretty much showing up with the short notice, bringing it here to Glenn Siegel. Fought one of our warriors in R.C. Hagens that we thought R.C. was going to take him out. Pretty much set him up as a can. Bobby Casada, right hand, 15 seconds into the fight, put him down. And again, we're coming in with the Tennessee flag. This boy's not afraid to bring it here down in Dixie. And I hope he's ready because I know one 135-pound Huntsville, Alabama grown killer that's ready to put it to him. Bobby Casada, I hope you brought your game tonight, son, because you're going to get it. Now, that being said, Casada's a little bit of a defensive fighter. I mean, this is the kind of guy that shows up and smokes cigarettes on Thursday night, fights on Friday night. But you know what? From I've seen, this ain't no Miguel Cotto, Brandon Palmer. This ain't no Miguel Cotto.
Must be nice.
Here we go, round one. Glenn Siegel looking pretty in the white. Bobby Casada mohawking it in the black and gold. Here we go. 140, pardon me, bombs. Mike Knese, referee.
Yes. Getting everybody ready, and Glenn is fired up. And that's it. Touching gloves. Here we go. Glenn, again, always ready.
No, Siegel doing a good job taking his time. One of the things that we've seen early with Siegel is... Hey, ladies and gentlemen, when you shake your head and said it doesn't hurt, bullshit, it does. Siegel working side control.
Nice pass by Glenn, takedown and pass. Now Glenn is going to work for the mount or stay in side control and dominate from there.
Doing a good job of showing patience.
Nice knees from the side.
One thing that Glenn has had a problem showing previously is patience. Siegel looking great, showing some patience, taking his time.
Hard shots to the ribs.
Siegel showing patience.
Hard shots to the ribs. Fight-ending shots to the ribs.
Siegel working him back towards the middle. Siegel really looking at working back towards the middle.
Glenn is not taking no for an answer in this fight. There's
Siegel working him back towards the middle. Doing a good job throwing those knees inside. Hey, really pleased, DJ and Brandon, to see Glenn show some patience this evening. Looking for the mount.
And Glenn is not going to lose this fight.
He's got his back now.
Whoa, back to the feet. Looking for the switch, says Casada, and we're back up. Glenn taking his patience. Look for Glenn to chew him up with the low kick and work for that left hook. Really been honing that left hook.
Glenn looks quick, he doesn't.
Boom, and good job.
Nice takedown by Glenn.
Look for
Glenn is
Siegel
back
to
in
show
side control
patience.
and dominating. Nice job by Glenn.
Siegel showing patience and side control, posting on the head to work the elbow. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, no elbows in this amateur fight.
Glenn is working the knee on stomach mount.
Ladies and gentlemen,
now he's in a full mount.
This is a perfect example of having a longer fighter and actually taking the risk of taking them out to being bucked.
Now
Siegel
Glenn's got his
throwing
back.
both hooks
Glenn's
in.
working to get his hooks.
Siegel being
working
very
for the choke.
patient.
Glenn is doing a nice job pounding, setting up the choke.
DJ, what are you trying to do as a top man to keep your composure here?
Just keep my hooks, keep the back, pound him, flatten him out, and work for him to give up the choke.
Look for Siegel to continue to stretch him with his legs and work those punches. Siegel in great position and showing great patience.
Relax and keep it, Glenn.
The best thing Glenn can do right here is go ahead and scoop those double underhooks and flatten him to his sternum. Wouldn't you say, DJ?
Yeah, definitely. Glenn just needs to keep his composure and keep this position that he has. He has an extremely dominant position. Glenn lost it. Now
Casada
Glenn's
to
in
a
guard.
sweep. Casada doing a good job in the sweep. Look for Siegel to stay patient, keep control on top.
Action time up, Glenn.
Casada doing a great job sweeping positions. Siegel, Casada able to.
And that's the round, and
That's close.
And Siegel has never looked better than this tonight. Amazing performance by Siegel.
What do you think about round one? I think that 2 out of 3 judges are going to give 1 to Siegel. But Casada did change position late in the round, and it sometimes sticks in the judges' mind.
I got to tell you guys honestly, Glenn has only trained about 2 weeks for this fight, so I'm definitely surprised to see this dominating performance coming from him. He's doing a great job.
You know, you can really feel the hometown love for Glenn Siegel. They've lived and died with every victory and defeat here with Glenn Siegel. He getting his corner instructions from John Sturgis. I think right now this is the opportunity for Siegel to start to dominate. This is just speculation. Sometimes it can be a staging, but I think that Casada doesn't have the gas tank to go 2 and 3. I know that Glenn does. Now, hopefully Siegel can show his patience. Casada, although late in the round, showing great heart by having a sweep. What do you think, Brandon?
I think honestly, I think Glenn's never looked better. Glenn's come in sometimes, he's come in flat, and he's done his thing, and he's lost. Glenn tonight is not flat. He's 100%. He looks amazing, and this guy's going to have to pull a miracle out of his ass to be able to beat Glenn. Glenn is 100% dedicated to this win. He looks amazing tonight. I mean, it's beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're about to end the near of our lengthy rest period here. Here we go. We're about to see round 2. Siegel looking for an opportunity to stay composed. Casada, round 2.
Oh, man,
DJ,
this is going to be
DJ,
it.
how hard is it starting round 2, knowing that you have an opponent that's not quite as composed, to not be over-aggressive starting the second round?
Nice 1-2 combination from Glenn. And beautiful takedown.
Beautiful.
His opponent looks rocked.
I'll tell you what, Glenn's got better hair. Honestly, Glenn's got better hair.
He does, but even better hair, better hands. But regardless, Casada's a little longer, and it's hard for him to keep a dominating position.
No, absolutely,
back.
man, absolutely. Casada's a gamer. He's not going to give up. But Glenn is trying to get him in the worst position. I think Glenn knows his game plan, and he's working it.
Look for Siegel to hip down, control the front headlock. Oh, there's looking for the choke, and he's going to finish from right there. That's under the chin.
No, it's not tight.
I don't
It's
know
not
if we have
tight
a
right
finish
now.
there.
The
It's not
guillotine
quite
is
as
not
tight.
tight right now. The guillotine is not tight right
look
now.
for
Glenn
Casada
needs to
to
get a
pop
better
off.
position.
Casada pulls out. Again, Glenn's doing an amazing job of controlling.
But even that being said, it's a lot harder for Glenn to switch sides and go for that Kimura to look for a sweep because he is not quite as lengthy of a fighter.
Yeah. Oh, Glenn sits out and does
Good
his
job.
thing. Stand up again. Fighters are
Look
going
for
to town on the hands.
Left
Glenn is
hook.
not taking no for an answer. Ladies and gentlemen, Glenn is putting the stamps on this kid. Oh, and a judo throw.
Inside.
Beautiful with Glenn.
Inside trip by
Oh, that
Glenn
is
Siegel.
beautiful.
Straight to side control. Look for him to stay in control.
I'm just thrilled to death to see Glenn fighting at his maximum potential.
Ladies
Glenn
and
is a
gentlemen, we're gonna
tough
have to
kid.
go ahead and
He is really here tonight.
we're going to have to go ahead and excuse the bias. We got Brandon Palmer's in Glenn Siegel camp, ladies and gentlemen. He can't, regardless of how professional he is, he can't control it. Here we go. We got Glenn Siegel trying to work back in the center in the ropes.
Glenn's full mounted. And Glenn, again, not taking no for an answer. It is over. They have stuffed it. Glenn Siegel by TKO. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Glenn Siegel. Benjamin Franklin!
Ladies and gentlemen, the crowd lots of love for Glenn Siegel. Here we go with the official decision by Chris Beast.
calling it in 140 of the second round. That's so good. Your winner, representing Team Sturgis, Glenn Bugsy Siegel.
It's just so good.
Your coach did a good job tonight, keeping going to keep his patience. I'm going to give him some love. Your coach did a great job.
And he does. I mean,
Your brother did a good job tonight.
he's kept me
Ladies
out of
and
this
gentlemen,
shit.